There was two major factors today. Number one, it would be our 17 turnovers. I think 10 of them were within 2 feet of the rim. So instead of us getting a layup or getting fouled, or at least missing a layup that we could possibly rebound, they just slapped the ball away from us. And second thing is our guards got as outplayed as possible, as it could be possible today. Really everything else is just talk. At the end of the day, their guards outplayed our guards unmercifully, and we got 8 to 10 turnovers right in front of the rim. Got to score the ball.
You talking about your guards' defense and their three-point shooting?
No, I'm talking about every possible aspect that you could get outplayed. Use of the pick and roll, the way they used it versus the way we used it, the way they defended us versus the way we defended them, loose balls, running their team, mental focus, every possible way.
It's got to be pretty surprising because they've been playing really well lately. Cash especially.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Disappointing. At some point, when you play at the level we play at, which is it's just such a grind. If you don't play well, you're going to lose. Our guards did not play well. Obviously, Justin's a freshman. He obviously struggled with turnovers around and around. But it's hard to overcome when the guys you rely on in the backcourt play the way they played today. And then Rashad was somebody kicked him. Somehow he got kicked in his toe. He was hurting bad. That happened early in the second half, I think. And he was the one guy that was here to play today. He was the one guy ready to play out of our backcourt. And that killed us when he went out. The rest of the guys were not ready to play, which is a term that I hate because I don't understand it. But it's just the facts. And I knew it. I saw it coming Friday and Saturday. That's why we had extra meetings, extra talks. I did everything I could, but I didn't get the job done in practice, getting the message across to these guys. UConn had the win today, and that was the mentality that they were going to face. They were going to face the same mentality that Georgetown faced against us Wednesday night. The exact same mentality. And we were unable to get the point across to some of our guys. We had some guys who looked like they'd rather been at the Kenwood Town Center today than playing basketball. So that's very frustrating.
You think they got a little too complacent because they won those 2 games?
You know what, and I've said this to you, Bilks, you cover us, especially some guys in our backcourt. They're not easy to coach. They're nice kids, but they don't have the killer mentality, of a guy like and I don't want to use like Steve Logan. Steve was an All-American. You use a guy like an Emmanuel McElroy. Just, a guy that's, every day shows up, ready to fight and play. You may miss shots, you may have a rough day, but just too personality-wise, between the lines, just too laid back.
And like you said, that's odd coming after the Georgetown game where you said the other day you opposed their will.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited, because we really didn't play great offense. And it's not like we're an offensive juggernaut against Georgetown. I really think to win consistently in this league, you look at the team that does the best of it. I've been around teams that have done it. You got to get to a point to win a league. You got to be able to impose yourself, and that's what I've been trying to build towards. From the beginning, is to try to build a team that's got that type of will that they can impose to get through this conference. Because you're not always going to make shots, but I obviously still got some work to do with some of our guys, you know. When they fight and scrap, we can beat anybody in our league, which means you can beat anybody in the country. But we did not come with the mentality of fighting and scrapping today. We came with the, like I said, you know, I think some of our guys came with the mentality today that they had lunch reservations somewhere.
You think the fact that every time you guys made a run that you kind of seem to make a big three, that
Yeah, when you don't guard people, I mean, the guys stand there wide open. It's not like they made tough ones. I mean, I give their kid credit, they shot it in, but, you know, we just, you know, Deion Dixon just leaves Shabazz Napier for no reason. You know, that's the thing about their threes. Kemba Walker did not get in the paint, break us down. We had solid D on one side, we're just sleeping on the weak side, he throws it over and they shoot it in. There's no excuse for that. Just staring at the ball. No excuse at all for that.
So it's not a case, Mick, of kind of picking your poison?
No. You know, I would say that if he was hurting us, if you were to sit here and say he had 10 assists, and we sold out to stop him, but I don't know how you guys feel, I didn't see that. I mean, I didn't think that he was beating us off the dribble so much like he's done to other people, that we had to do that. I didn't see that. You know, I just thought we had some dead hands. Now, a couple of them were out of the press, but, you know, I just thought we had dead hands, especially on Jeremy Lamb and Roscoe Smith. I thought we had dead hands. I know we left Shabazz Napier for no reason one time. And the one Coombs McDaniel hit, he hit on Yancey. It was a switch. You got to take the three away when you're Yancey and you know you're guarding a shooter. Make him drive the ball. I mean, that's your job. You know he's going to beat you. We know he's going to beat you. We didn't execute the game plan with that. Now, if he was to beat us, we were supposed to be helping, but he didn't really beat us. He didn't break us down the way he's capable of breaking people down.
against Marquette, Kemba kind of dominated the ball tonight. They seemed to play him more off the ball. Is that something you thought would happen coming into this game?
No, I mean they do it both. When he's in with Napier, he plays the two all the time. So, you know, which Napier played 26 tonight. So
Is Thomas hurt?
no. You're not
Right,
coming out.
exercise bike at one point.
Probably trying to stay loose.
You guys didn't fit into the game plan today?
I play the guys that I think are ready to play from the last two practices in the prior game. Mostly, basically off the last two practices. But I'm just being honest with you guys. You know, you got to give UConn all the credit. The team that plays well wins. We got outplayed. In particular, our guards.
So do you feel like you have to go back and instill that message all over again now?
I already did.
You think it's stuck?
I instilled it yesterday. You know, coaching's it's a tough way to make a living at times. You know, that's when you hear coaches talk about having a Kenny Martin as a senior, you know, or having a certain kind of leader. When you have that kind of guy on your team, you know your team's always, you know, they may not win the game, but that kind of guy always going to make sure that his teammates are ready. You know, you're never going to get caught sleeping.
Do you think that Rashad Bishop had become that guy for you?
You know, Rashad's done much better with leading by example. And I think like, there's no doubt any chance we had to win went out the window when he went to the locker room with the injury. Not that we would have won. But when that happened, any chance, because he's the one guy that was bringing some toughness to us, knocking in a shot, getting deflections, competing. But when he was not, when he was trying to play, he was really struggling. So I'm just hoping that his injury is not something that'll linger, because obviously we play Wednesday, Saturday. That's probably my biggest concern right now is finding out how bad his toe is.
No offense, Mick, but why would a team in your team's situation, not just this year, but in the past, since you've been here, feel,
I
don't know,
agree.
overconfident or whatever?
I would totally agree. I have no idea. I asked him that yesterday. Why are we walking around here? You know, we've waited here's the truth. I mean, you know, you got guys in our locker room. We waited 4 years to be ranked in February. We win today, we're ranked again. Ranked at the end of February, excited about playing in March. I mean, you know, you got some guys in that locker room that worked really, really hard to be in this position. You know, much is talked about Mick Cronin as he built the program. You know, let's talk about the kids. You know, the effort, what they have fought through, what they have dealt with, of all the surrounding stuff around Cincinnati basketball, to hang tough like they've done, and get this program back to a point where we're 22-7, and we're in the position we're in on February 27th. Why would you relax now? Is your question. Exactly. I mean, you know, why would you relax now? But I've been saying that all year now. So some of our guys, you know, in particular, Cashmere Wright and Deion Dixon. You know, they're great kids. They're not easy to coach because they can really, at times, just dial it down, or however you want to say it. They got habits of doing that at times.
You would think Cashmere would have been pumped up to play against Kemba Walker today.
You know what? I think Cashmere had a couple things didn't go his way early, and I think he let it affect him the rest of the day. He kept, you know, I think he let a mistake affect him the rest of the day. Let's just pray that we don't play at noon in the Big East tournament, because obviously we're not very good at noon.
Is there something you have to change up there? You guys have struggled at noon?
I don't know if you can get, I don't think it's legal to pass out Ambien. I mean, I don't know.
Mick, is that something you see in these kids when you're recruiting them, and you find out that they might not be easy to coach?
Well, when I say they're good kids, they listen. But I say the hardest thing in coaching is to coach intensity and coach toughness. That wears you down, especially when you're battling the flu. You feel like you're ready to go check in the hospital because they got you so worn down. That's a hard thing, you know. It's easy to coach a guy that comes every day with energy and hustle, because then you just got to teach him. Coaching a hustle and coaching, I don't want to coach a guy to have to want to be a great player. You know, that's hard. You know, recruiting this day and age, our rules are so draconian compared to how the times have changed. We can't. When we can talk to these guys, the limits of, I mean, you guys read about all the violations, the limits in phone calls. I mean, it's hard. The hardest thing to know is what's really inside a guy. You know, how much fight he's got. But they got it in them. All you have to do is watch them last week, the last 3 games. You know, last 3 wins. We just had 3 great wins in a row. You know, human nature. Human nature is to embrace success. And the minute you do in our league, you will pay the price. Really, that's what happened tonight. You know, the tough part about it for me is I saw it happen the last few days and still couldn't stop.
Anything else, anybody? All right, thanks so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.